What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 most dangerous fidget spinners. Now if you don't know what a fidget spinner is, basically it's like this crazy new toy that's super cheap, but also really fun to use, and some people are getting really creative with it, so I wanted to showcase some of the crazier ones people have. With that said, I'm thinking about giving away a couple fidget spinners, so let me know by leaving a like on the video if you'd be interested in entering that. Let's aim for 5,000 likes, and if we can get that, I'll do a fidget spinner giveaway. But with that said, let's get right into the video. Number 5. What do you do when you already have one of the most dangerous fidget spinners of all time, but that just isn't enough? The answer is pretty obvious: fire. The power of the Ninja Star ADHD's world is using is already pretty brutal, as you can see it slice up melons, destroy Coke bottles, and slice its way through juice containers. It even bounces off the drink it completely wrecked and still manages to end up sticking it to the melon. However, it's when the fire is added that the situation really begins to heat up. Just wrapping steel wool around the blades adds a whole other level of danger, as they hope it'll make sparks literally fly when it's lit. I mean, it really doesn't disappoint, like the spinner turns into an insane wheel of flame, sending sparks in every direction and making for a pretty cool visual too. Even when the wool flies off and almost sets fire to the backyard, it's hard to argue that it wasn't worth it.
Quiet thing.
Go.
Oh! Shit! Holy fucking crap! That rage, right into the water. And then it bounced and just fell on the melon. Well, I think that wraps that part up. Alright guys, so you guys loved the steel wool thing from last time, so I decided why not pick the most dangerous fidget spinner, where basically it's on fire and has sparks flying all over it. So this is basically a steel wool fidget spinner. Kind of don't know how it's gonna work out. I don't know if these are gonna stay on here or not, but hopefully they do, and this will work out and be an awesome sparkling fidget spinner. Alright, okay. Now that's the most dangerous fidget spinner. Dude, that's cool.
Number 4. Now this spinner isn't as big or as flashy as some of the others on this list, but if anything, that's what makes it so dangerous. It may be small, but it's obvious pretty quickly that it's one toy you really don't want to mess with, and that it needs to be handled with extreme care. You literally get to see its creation from beginning to end, so you get to see just how wickedly sharp each point gets to be, and how much energy has been put into making it as dangerous as possible. The end result is a tiny steel shuriken spinner, small enough to fit in your palm but crazy enough to do some serious damage. As soon as it starts to spin, you can see every perfectly sharpened edge, and it looks as cool as it looks ready to cut something wide open. It really does just go to show that you should never judge a book by its cover or a spinner by its size. Either way, let me know in the comments below if you would use this. I mean, I'd be too scared as I feel like I'd just chop my entire arm off. Number 3. It says a lot about this custom spinner thing that people get hurt so often, and yet if anything, it only makes them more excited to carry on. Even after slicing his finger open, Scrubs picked out the one spinner that was even more dangerous and decided to do a few experiments with it. The spinner is either lined with 2 rows of razors or box cutters, but either way it's obvious that it's no kid's toy. It takes a while to get the spinner up to its top speed of 1,000 miles an hour, but when it finally does, the results are more than worth it. It not only manages to mess up an apple pretty badly, but just the lightest touch with a lemon puts a slice in it that goes almost halfway through the entire fruit. Like, given how quickly it bounced off and away from the blades, that level of damage is really impressive, which is probably what makes that spinner one of his favorites.
Extra little lemon right here. We're gonna test it with this one. Oh my god! Woo! What the hell? Here, go one more test of this. But I wanna go. Spin! Spin! 1,000! Ah, that's cool, that's cool. Oh shit, mate. Look at that. Yo, I don't want this to touch my finger. I'm so scared. It sliced it. Okay, next let's move on to the other one. Right here. This one is the scariest one. What happened?
Number 2. I've said already that fire is an element taking spinners to the next level, but what Steven Scher did goes beyond even that. Okay, the handmade deadly spinners are dangerous enough, but when someone takes an ordinary kid's toy and add things to make it extreme, that somehow feels like it's even more insane. Steven used a normal kid spinner, but he lined it with matches, and suddenly what was a perfect normal toy became something no kid should ever get their hands on. After supercharging it to crazy fast speeds, the matches were lit and things kicked up even further into high gear. There's a huge burst of flame at first, but even when it dies down, the spinner is still pretty cool. It stays lit, and instead of the huge burst of fire, there's a perfect ring of flames as it spins. When the fire finally dies away, the speed causes the matches to fly off in every direction, burning anyone unlucky enough to get close. I mean, it's a different kind of danger to the professionally made super sharp spinners, but it's still undeniably effective.
We're ready to go. Let's light the torch up. Woo! Alright, hashtag fidget spinner if you think this is going to work. The torch is lit. Let's do it, Steve. Let's supercharge it and then add the flame. Here we go. Oh my gosh, here we go. Oh! It's so fast. Here comes the flame. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Uh-oh, uh-oh. What's gonna happen? Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! What's gonna happen? Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my gosh! Whoa! No way! Look at that! That's insane! Whoa! Whoa! That was sick! That was so cool!
Okay, here's your honorable mention. As you probably already know, most spinners are small and light because that's what gives them the ability to spin so fast, but bigger is better is a saying for a reason. It was only a matter of time before someone did the logical thing and see just how big you can make one, and it turns out the people over at Make It Extreme were exactly the guys to do it. I mean, it's not surprising given their name, but the spinner they finally came up with really was extreme. Every single part is super heavy duty and dangerous looking, but when it spins you could almost pretend it's light as a feather. Like, it reaches the same crazy speeds as any of its smaller relatives, and it looks pretty damn cool as it does it. Best of all though, they even get volunteers to balance on the back of the spinner as it goes off beneath them, and that is not something a lot of people can say they've done. Number 1. So if you've ever wondered what the thought process is when making these deadly spinners, you're in luck, because for Wolfie it turns out the idea is pretty simple. It can all be boiled down to one easy to remember rule: when in doubt, add more blades. He actually tricks out 3 separate spinners in the video, and all of them look capable of doing some damage. It just depends on the kind of havoc you want to create. One of them has 2 different kinds of blades working together, while one is just a complete overload of huge jagged razors. The third one is undeniably the coolest though, as it costs over $100 to make and starts with a cool gold spinner that is balanced perfectly. All he did was add 3 sim blades to each end, but what he ended up with was a spinner with perfect Wolverine claws. It's a shame we don't get to see them in action, but just looking at them is enough to get to the kind of destruction they'd be capable of.
These vicious blades, the key is not to get glue on the middle part, because if you do, like I learned from my last video, it will dry up and it won't spin anymore. It won't be a fidget spinner toy. So
how'd you even possibly get glue on?
I have no idea. Super glue literally just appears random places. Anyways, back to crafting this masterpiece. Okay, so we finished up making the most dangerous spinner toys in the world.
Mine's the most dangerous.
Sylvia has one. I'll let her introduce hers first.
All right, so on the one side, you see we have the thick, wide blades, and on the other side, we have the thin, pointy blades. So you get maximum cutting, I don't know,
Let me see it. Okay, I'll be very, very careful with these guys.
This one is really...
Can I spin it is the question. This one is Very, very close. But it does spin. This is spinnable. I have to stop it on an object. So like Sylvia said, she used both blades to her advantage with this one. We got the wide blades on one side, thin blades on the other side. This one's gonna be deadly. It looks like a dope ninja star.
I cut myself like twice.
And there's our video on the top 5 most dangerous fidget spinners. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever we upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to use our Extremely Handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.